Hello and welcome to Sega News Bits. I'm Barry. With me is George.
Hello, everyone.
The Electronic Entertainment Expo E3 is coming. It's starting in just a matter of days, June 14th to the 16th, and Sega will be there. Don't listen to those who tell you it's just an Atlus booth, because it's a Sega and Atlus booth. And we're here to break it down for you. Well, we're not going to break down the booth. They hire people to do that at the end of the show. But we are going to just go through the games that are going to be appearing at it, give our thoughts on them. And then we're also going to be talking a little bit about a stage schedule. They're actually going to have a stage, sort of, which is exciting. So, yeah, to kick things off, let's go through the games here. So, George, you excited for Relic Entertainment's Warhammer 40K Dawn of War 3 for PC in 2017?
This is probably a game that I'm excited for. I know a lot of our listeners are probably going to be like, who gives a crap? I don't care about PC games. I don't care about RTS games. I don't care about Warhammer. But it's a huge selling game, and Dawn of War 2 was a really good game. But the problem is that Dawn of War 1 and Dawn of War 2 were like kind of different games. So it'd be interesting to see what direction they take this game in.
Right.
But I'm excited for it because it's just lore under lore under lore of stuff they could do with this. It's just a rich universe, and I'm excited. But I mean, this is not a Sega game that I would consider a Sega game, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, behind the scenes wise, this is coming from Sega Europe. If you've listened to our shows in the past, we talk about how there is a division between Sega Europe and Sega of America. Sega of America seems like almost to be Atlus, all but in name. They were releasing just about every title over here, which is great. Whereas in Europe, they're not getting every title, and Sega Europe themselves are really focused on the PC real-time strategy stuff, which, to be fair, didn't you recently say how many pre-orders there were for Warhammer 40K?
Total Warhammer, right?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one where we're talking about it? Total Warhammer got like, it sold 700,000 copies on Steam.
Right. So
price.
Yeah, and so that wasn't this game, but when you consider that, like, Sega would be stupid not to promote these. Now, at the same time, I completely understand why Sega fans would maybe turn their nose up at this or not consider it a, quote, true Sega game. But still, it's a quality title, and if anything, I want quality associated with Sega, so I'm all for these games. But I also completely understand people thinking that they're not true Sega, and I did the little air quotes there. But if you want to talk true Sega, and I just did the air quotes again, we have Sega's Yakuza Zero, which is due out in 2017 for the PS4 in Americas and Europe. I'm really excited for this one. How about you, George?
Yeah, I mean, it's finally we're going to see this game. I was actually kind of excited when they showed it off in Japan a couple of years ago. So it's nice that we're actually going to get it. I think the series is the hype kind of hurts it, that the fact that it's coming out so late. But I guess the only thing we could do is catch up, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like they are playing catch up right now with the Yakuza titles. We just got, what just came out for the PS3? 5, correct?
Yeah, 5.
And Zero's coming out in 2017. So what's next? 6?
6, or maybe the remake of the first one, but I doubt they're going to bring that one over. But as long as they do 6, I'll be happy.
Yeah, but I think Yakuza Zero, for someone, I personally am not someone who has really played any of the PS3 or 4 versions of the games, so I think this is a great jumping in point because it's a prequel, and so you really don't need to worry about the other games if you dive in and play that.
No. Yeah, so it's anybody that wants to try this franchise, pre-order Yakuza Zero, and there's probably going to be a launch edition for this because that's kind of the normal now, right?
Yeah. I know America's definitely getting a physical copy as well as digital. I have no clue about Europe. And speaking of games that people are afraid aren't going to come to Europe, Atlus's Persona 5 is due out February 2017 in the Americas, and this will also be playable at the Sega/Atlus booth. It looks like an awesome title. Now, I personally, again, it's a series I haven't really gotten into, but it looks fantastic. What are your thoughts on Persona 5?
Well, I already pre-ordered the special edition on this one, so I guess I'm very excited about it. Now I'm just waiting till February so I could put it in my PS4 and play it. I really like 3. 4 was pretty good too. I really like 4. I know there's people that debate which one's better, but these titles are like Final Fantasy, you know, they're like standalone.
Right.
So don't let the number 5 fool you. You can just pick it up and play it. It's all new characters, all new story. You don't have to play the past games, but I do recommend you guys playing them because they're just good.
Yeah, definitely. Another title, Seventh Dragon 3 Code VFD for the Nintendo 3DS. That's actually due out very soon, July 2016 in the Americas. No word on a European release. And I will say, like, similar to Persona 5 and Yakuza 0, despite being a later title in a ongoing franchise, this one is a standalone game. I honestly think they should have dropped the 3 from the English release just because we've never had any Seventh Dragon games here, and I feel like sequels can throw people off. I mean, even movies nowadays don't put the numbers on the posters because they're afraid people are going to be like, oh, I didn't see the last 2. But you've been playing this game. We actually have a video. I'm sure there's going to be a link here that you can click where you talked about the game in detail. But just want to give your quick thoughts on the game and if people should check it out.
Yeah, it's a kind of a dungeon, I guess. It's just basically a time traveling, dragon killing, traditional RPG. So if you're into that kind of stuff, this is the game for you. It has a quirky story. I mean, you could click the video and you can find out more about it. But if you guys like RPGs and you've been waiting for Sega to make a in-house RPG, then this is probably the game you guys want to pre-order.
Yeah. And keeping the Nintendo 3DS ball rolling, due out in the Americas and Europe in September 2016, we have Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, the game that's been long delayed and is finally coming out. It's developed by Sanzaru Games. We actually interviewed the developer for this, so I'll bring up another past video we've done. The developer of Shattered Crystal. And when we spoke with them, they seem, really cool. It's Matt Kramer, very cool guy, very nice development studio. I feel like they were rushed though with the first game, and finally Sega is giving them development time. We've heard that it's a much better game than Shattered Crystal, and it, dare I say, might be fun. So I think this might be a surprise for people. What do you think?
You can't say that. You can't say that Sonic games are fun. You know that, right? On the internet. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping it's fun. The Sonic Boom franchise totally needs a good game, right?
Yeah.
I hope it's fun, but I'll remain cautious.
Cautiously. I'll be cautiously optimistic. You just be cautious. I mean, I haven't, in the past I've said that I'm not a big fan of some of the later Dimps 3DS titles. So if it can outdo Sonic Lost World 3DS, which I don't think will be pretty difficult, then I'll be happy. I'm not expecting the world from it, but I just want to have fun. Can we just have fun?
Yes,
can't we?
Maybe.
So that's the lineup, and I did want to just point out Jürgen Post, the COO for Sega Europe Ltd. He called this year's lineup, quote, one of the strongest lineups we've had at E3 for quite a few years. And that's arguably true, though Sega didn't have a booth in 2015, and 2014 heavily featured Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. So it's not too hard to make this declaration. I would argue that Alien Isolation, which was at the 2014 booth, is a much stronger title than I think anything they have this year, just because this year, Yakuza 5, Yakuza 0, looks great, but it's already out in Japan, as is Seventh Dragon 3. So it's a lot of games that are just being localized. But I felt like Alien Isolation was a big Western developed game. It was in-house by Sega, big IP, and it was winning a lot of E3 awards. I don't think we're going to see that this year, and I think Sega's 2016 lineup is missing that one big title. What's your thought?
I agree. I mean, they might have Dawn of War 3, but that might win some awards. But the problem with PC games is that they don't get the attention they deserve. I think a lot of people that go to these shows and trade events are always looking for the next big console game, and that's something they're missing this year, right?
Yeah.
So I agree with you 100% on that. I wish they would care more about PC games, but You know how it is.
I know how it is. Though I don't think people will have to wait long. The Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter account has not been very secretive about the fact that the 25th anniversary party, July 22nd, will be revealing the next big game. I mean, it's all but confirmed, and if they don't reveal it, then they've been lying to us. But in the meantime, enjoy the E3 lineup. And who knows, there might be some surprises. George, you just recently newsed a story where it's the full stage schedule for SEGA and Atlus. It's not so much an E3 like conference, like they're not going to be standing up on a stage and presenting for a few hours. It's actually, like a scheduled thing. So do you want to run through the schedule with me real quick? We can maybe share our thoughts.
Sure.
You could say.
You want me to start it?
Yeah, go for it.
No, hell no.
All right, bye guys.
All right, I'll do June 14th.
All right.
At 1 p.m., Sega's going to kick off a special presentation. There's a few of these throughout the course of this scheduling. They haven't said what it is. At 2 p.m., Yakuza Zero presentation with series creator Chishiro Nagashi. At 3 p.m., there's going to be a Persona 5 character design talk with Shinari Soejima? I probably fucked that up. Yeah, Tim Smith. At 4 p.m. again. And then at 5 p.m., they're going to end the night with King of Fighters 14 Pro exhibition matches. You want to do June 15th?
Yeah, on Wednesday, June 15th, they're going to have at 11 a.m. a Persona 5 exclusive E3 print autograph session with Tim Smith. 12:30 p.m., there's going to be another special presentation. No idea what these are. Could be fun, could be unexciting. We'll see. 2 p.m., the King of Fighters takes the stage again with a pro exhibition match. It should be pointed out, King of Fighters is just being published by Atlus, not developed by. It is, I believe, going to be part of the booth as well as some other Atlus titles, but this is Sega News Bits, so we're talking about the Sega stuff, and I think Persona 5 is worthy of our conversations. 3 p.m. is going to have a Yakuza Zero demo, and then 4:30 p.m. another special presentation.
And then we have 11 a.m. another Persona 5 Q&A with the same character designer, which I'm not going to butcher his name again. 12 p.m. Another special presentation with nothing to tell us what it is. 2:30 more King of Fighters 14 pro exhibition matches, and then they're gonna close it off with a special presentation.
Yeah. At
3:30 p.m. The thing is, they're really pushing these King of Fighter pro exhibition matches. I hope that the game does well because I really do like the old King of Fighter games.
Yeah, definitely. It should be noted though, there is no mention of Sonic in any of these in any of these schedules unless he's a special presentation. Sonic Boom Fire and Ice looks like it's not getting any stage time, as does what is that? Warhammer 40K, and Seventh Dragon's not there either. So it seems like they're really putting a lot of energy into Persona 5 and King of Fighters. I personally feel this is more of an Atlus stage schedule, and they've worked in Yakuza Zero. I would not be surprised if the special presentations are mainly Atlus focused.
That's my guess too, but I mean, you never know. Maybe they'll do a little Q&A with a surprise Q&A with Sonic Team or something for the 25th. I mean, but that'd be pretty cool. Yeah. Let us know what you guys think about Sega's E3 show this year in the comments below. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
If you'd like more Sega news, check us out at segabits.com. And also don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and follow us on all our social networks.